Casper and I are working on a objective data collection study of microplastics on Oregon coastal beaches. And we're doing that through pointed survey of various transect lines along various beaches to analyze and digitize that data. Where we go with that data is in big part dictated by how the data turns out, but we hope to be able to create at least a single point-in-time map of how Oregon's beaches stand in terms of contamination by plastic. It's a very important issue. We know that it's very widespread. There's plastic on almost every beach in the world and high concentrations of it, but we don't know how dangerous it will be to humans yet. These plastics can carry chemicals either accumulated in the ocean or in their natural industrial form. And so building a better picture of where and how microplastic accumulates will help further study into how dangerous it is and how to combat it. Specifically seabirds is kind of a big concern because the plastic comes right near their nesting sites and it's hard for them to tell the difference between that and their food. Most useful is the data collection that Casper and I are doing on our own, and that involves going out to a beach in person. We make a transect line and then we lay out 1 meter squared by 1 centimeter to 1 or 2 centimeter deep plots along that transect line. We collect that sand. We use a variety of filters to filter that sand out, and then in the lab we pick apart the sample for its microplastic. What always gets to me is really how much plastic there is. The first time that we went into the lab, we found they're called microbeads. They're very small beads that are used in cosmetics. And seeing how little and small these microplastics are really puts into perspective how much there is in the ocean and really kind of scales the issue. The biggest issue that faces tackling microplastics is that it's so hard for the public to get involved in it. So when you're on a beach, you don't see that you're surrounded by tons and tons of dangerous microplastic. You see that you're on a beach surrounded by sand. And so I kind of hope that by making this map, it's not to say that this is how these beaches are because the amounts of plastic varies, but it's to say that, like, at the very least, this is what it can be, and to try and say to people that this is a thing that affects you, not just wildlife, and not just the ecosystem, but you personally.